I've seen a black and green striped frog. I've seen a black and green snake, inchworms, centipedes, roly-polies.
It's a jungle out there. Well, not quite. But at Belle View Elementary, these are just a few of the things that can be found and observed every day in the classroom. This unique outdoor space provides an outstanding learning resource for students to learn about nature and conservation.
Belle View has always been blessed with a lot of habitat around our elementary schools. So a few years ago, a group of us decided to develop that habitat so that we could use it for instruction. At this point, we have about 20 stations that have been developed, and we have written curriculum as well.
Right. So how do they live? I always thought this was really interesting. How do those minor bees live?
They all don't try to fit in one hive. They live in separate ones underground.
Exactly. Good job, Shelley. Okay. So what
Over time, the front lawn at Belle View has been developed into a meadow habitat. Within this meadow, students are able to see how wetlands slow runoff and filter water. They can also observe the animals that call it home. The grounds also include several bird gardens and even a homegrown vegetable garden.
One of the really big advantages of our outdoor spaces is that they do tie in with our curriculum. For example, one of the upper grades studies erosion, so the wetland is an excellent place to use for that purpose. Second grade studies monarch butterflies, so we've had the advantage of actually going out into the schoolyard to gather monarchs to bring into our classroom and observe. Many of the classes have used it for math, for measurement. There have just been a multitude of ways that curriculum has tied in to the outdoor spaces.
My favorite thing about working outside is because I get to enjoy the fresh air, and I enjoy hearing the songs of the birds. I've learned how to write better stories by observing the nature, and I've learned to be a better mathematician by counting the flowers and doing subtraction with them.
The outdoor classroom also allows for numerous opportunities to collaborate.
I truly believe that instruction happens in whole group instruction, small group, and individual. And our students need to have opportunities where they can learn how to collaborate.
I think outdoor education is important to us because the earth is vital to us, and I think part of our responsibility as adults is teaching the students, the young children, the importance of the earth and the importance of taking care of it. And they're much more likely to do that if they've actually experienced it.
In addition to studying conservation methods that positively affect the surrounding community, Belle View also partners with neighboring schools to build better relationships between primary and secondary students. One such opportunity allows West Potomac Academy students to give back through service learning projects.
Once a month, our occupational physical therapy students visit Belle View Elementary School and work with Mr. Hall's special needs students, and they develop lessons that work with the students on their fine and gross motor skills. Today's lesson, they built bird feeders using spreading peanut butter and then sprinkling or rolling the toilet paper rolls into bird seed, and they were going to hang them out into the trees for the birds to come and visit in this wetland environment that they have.
Prior to their classroom visits to Belle View, the West Potomac Academy students plan out the details of the day's lesson as part of the requirements of their occupational therapy course.
We figure out the activity we want to do, and we break it down into many different components. And we break it down into the cognitive aspects of it, the social aspects of it, how they do is extremely individualized because every kid is different.
The mission at West Potomac Academy is to include service learning projects in every academy course. Working one-on-one with the students also provides valuable hands-on experience.
By implementing these service learning projects into the curriculum and having students continue to build their resume, it will make them more marketable and have a step in the door in the competitive job force.
It's really implementing the profession, or trying to get practice before we actually go out into the real world. We need to know these things. Also with the special needs, it's some physical and mental disabilities. We're getting a background on that before we go, so we'll be able to recognize it once we get into college or we start doing these things at higher levels and we need to know it.
The numerous service learning opportunities available to all FCPS students allow them to apply classroom learning to affect positive change and encourage lifelong engagement in the community.
Service learning has taught me a lot about myself because of the way I realized I interact with people and how much I love interacting with people. Giving back to the community is so important. The support you've given to someone, you're making a difference in someone's life.